The Public Sphere and Public Policy, Unit 4. The public sphere, a place where society discusses the issues that affect everyone. It links us as one community. The public sphere exists at the local, state, national, and global levels, all at the same time. A new movie, a restaurant that just opened, a state's graduation requirements, exploring for new sources of energy, and talking about terrorism threats are all examples of public issues. The public agenda. An agenda is a to-do list. Your personal agenda might include things like finding a job, studying for a test, or making up missing work. The public agenda is a list of issues that the public agrees are a priority. For example, getting aid to people who are affected by a natural disaster, fixing the healthcare system, or choosing the next president might all be items on the public agenda. What determines the public agenda? A number of different things, actually. Regularly scheduled events are on the public agenda, things like elections, the Super Bowl, or the payment of taxes. Dramatic events that receive global attention, such as natural disasters or terror attacks, put things into the public's eye and place it on the agenda. Issues of everyday life that affect people, things like drug abuse, crime, or health care, and issues that are identified by the media, such as events in foreign countries, new laws, issues with the environment that we might not otherwise know about. All four of these factors put things on the public agenda. Public opinion. The view that a significant part of the population has about an issue is its public opinion. This can be measured by polls and surveys using a sample or segment of the population. Data measuring public opinion is often collected by candidates and office holders to help determine what action needs to be taken on the issue or what action the public would support on a particular issue. Public policy. The stand that the government takes on an issue and the action that that stand requires. And there are basically two types of public policy: domestic policy and foreign policy. Domestic policy are actions that our government policymakers take to solve social and economic problems. Domestic policy has two goals: to promote desirable behavior, such as getting an education or having health insurance, and to discourage undesirable behavior, such as illegal drug use. Social policy revolves around these 5 areas: public assistance or aid to the poor and disabled, health care issues, education, social security, which is aid to the elderly and/or disabled, and anti-terrorism efforts. Economic policy has these goals: to ensure reasonable prices for goods and services, to make sure that jobs are available for people who are seeking employment, and to provide economic growth that leads to improved economic opportunities and conditions for all citizens. So remember, both social and economic policy encompass domestic policy. The other large category of public policy is foreign policy, and this is our national government's practices and procedures for dealing with other countries. Again, the goals here would be to maintain American independence and freedom, to promote democracy around the world, and to promote beneficial economic and social relations with other countries. The foreign policy makers in the United States are the Congress, the President, and the executive branch agencies. Methods of carrying out foreign policy. There are 4 of these. Diplomacy, which is developing relations with other nations to allow issues to be discussed. Foreign aid, providing money and services to a country to help it meet the economic and social needs of its citizens. Economic sanctions, economic penalties that are imposed on countries that include things like trade and travel restrictions. And military force, the use of armed forces to protect the United States and its allies. Each of these is a way that foreign policy is carried out in the United States. This concludes our video on public policy. If you need to rewind or rewatch any portion of the video, please feel free to. Thanks for listening.